under the new rules, are lifted. So they've obviously done something on the car that they shouldn't have done.
Yes, well,
rain.
And Webber did pass through the pits 3 times. Maybe they did something to the car on those pass-throughs. And of course, Parc Ferme does not finish until the pack leave the grid, effectively. So Jaguar have fallen foul of the regulations then, and a stop-go for Webber. Where is that rain? It tends to be coming from up the top of the circuit, over the hill there, up sort of turn 2 in the back straight. Schumacher's still lapping stunningly fast though. He just hit a 1.92, so it's not too wet where he's just been in that Ferrari. If it was, he didn't notice. And Heidfeld pits then from 5th place.
The first man to come in. What tyres is he going to put on? Well, at the moment they've got more slicks ready for him. This is obviously when he was scheduled to stop. We said this car was running light with fuel, and this rain could have come at just the wrong moment for Nick Heidfeld. It's not wet enough to put wet tyres on. He has to go with slicks, and he has to hope against hope that it doesn't rain anymore. Certainly not raining where we are, Martin.
It certainly is not, James. And one thing that also has been very clear through this year is that in a slightly damp track scenario, the Michelins have always been much stronger than the Bridgestones. The Bridgestones do not like sort of a semi-dry racetrack when they're in their groove slick form. Of course, Bridgestone, we know, have the far superior intermediate tyre. Michael's blitzing sectors here on the computer, faster sectors. So the rain then looked bad on that camera shot, didn't it? But it's really obviously just burning straight off the racetrack. Track temperature still 22 degrees centigrade. So at the moment it's having no impact on the level of grip these drivers are experiencing.
On board with Jarno Trulli, 7th place. Just in front of us then, Pitsonia, it looked like, diving into the pit lane to make a stop. Indeed it was, from 6th place. That promotes us up to 6th place then with this car of Jarno Trulli. I wonder why Pitsonia is coming in. Presumably it's a scheduled stop. This is lap 15, which would indicate he's pretty light on fuel. Now it's raining in the pit lane, and in comes one of the Jordans as well. It's Ralph Furman, which is good news for Coulthard. He's been released. What tyres are going on here? Again, dry weather tyres.
It's the only choice at the moment, James. And you just wouldn't dream. You're better to make another stop than be on the wrong tyres. If you're on the wrong tyres, you lose 5-6 seconds a lap, and you're only 5 laps into that, and you may as well have stopped, and you're still on the wrong tyres. So at all times, be on the right tyres. We understand Ralf Schumacher's due in for Williams anytime soon, and there then is what is often referred to as the oil flag. What it actually means is something slippery on the track, something either debris, gravel, oil, or in this case, water.
Yep, coming from the heavens, water. Michael Schumacher, as we've seen him do once or twice in the past, running wide there, slipping on the rain, and there'll be a lot of thinking going on now. How long's this rain going to last? Do we need to switch tyres? How long can we stay out on the slicks? The lap times, Schumacher's 1.5 seconds slower on that last lap than he was the lap before, and already on his first sector of this next new lap, he's 2 seconds slower than last time. This could be great news for Ralf Schumacher, who's coming in at the moment. Will he put the wets on? Ted?
No, James, he will not. He's only changing the rear tyres. They're keeping the old scrub front Michelins on. Ralph has actually come over the radio and said, yes, there is rain, but it's okay. It is burning off. It's okay. He can handle it. There he goes, 9.2.
The Michelins do like these weather conditions in slick form or groove slick form. That's Fisichella then leaving the pit lane. He stopped at the end of lap 15, and Webber in the pits for his stop and go. They're not allowed to touch the car. If he wants tyres or fuel, he's got to come in again. Barrichello tippy-toeing then through the Lauda curve. This is Michael Schumacher, your race leader, in the Rindt curve, and he's carrying on because he doesn't need fuel, and he knows it's not wet enough for the intermediate, so just make the best of a bad job. The yellow light top of the hill, that's a replay of Trulli. He recovers and gets back onto the racetrack. I don't know why the yellow lights were still flashing up at turn 1, because that happened some time ago, and it's a replay you're seeing here. Nonetheless, Schumacher leads now by 7.1 seconds and was 4 seconds slower than Montoya on that previous lap. This is what I was telling you about. The Mitchies still can find some bite here.
Let me just clarify the situation for all those of you who enjoyed the extraordinary Brazilian Grand Prix with us last month here on ITV1. And you'll recall that there was some talk about whether they should actually have started that race in the wet conditions, given that there was only one type of wet tyre available, and both companies had brought something, as Martin referred to, an intermediate tyre, very shallow groove. Since then, the FIA have stepped in and said, no you don't, we don't want a repeat of that, where we can't race because your tyres aren't suitable, and they've made both companies bring an extreme wet tyre as well now. So should the rain really chuck it down here, don't worry, because they can come in and put that full wet on, although hardly anyone's done any running on it, but that's a side issue. Oh, look at this. This is Coulthard attacking the back of Trulli. That's the fight for 7th place, and it looks to me as though Coulthard is more confident with his car, Martin, at the moment.
Yeah, Coulthard is lapping a lot faster than Trulli. Trulli's already been off the racetrack. Montoya, we hear from the F1 ITV pit crews, telling the Williams pit that it stopped raining up at turn 2, so maybe the worst is over of this little moment. Schumacher's lead down to 3.8 seconds. He lost another 3 seconds last time around. And isn't it great when it rains? It always throws a double six somewhere.
It does. It's thrown a double six in the favour of Juan Montoya. He's only 3 seconds behind Michael Schumacher now as one of the cars dives into the pit lane. It's Trulli. He didn't look very comfortable, frankly, out there, did he? So he's coming in for who knows what tyres. But anyway, Montoya 3 seconds now behind Michael Schumacher. And as you say, the rain does seem to have burned off a little bit now. Montoya's last lap was 5 seconds faster than the lap before. It's amazing what a difference a little bit of rain makes.
Yeah, but I'll say again, there's only one tyre to put on. They're heavily scrubbed front tyres too. They're hoping they've already burned off that nasty 6 to 10 lap zone. And Ferrari mechanic there looking and checking for some inters for Barrichello, just having them ready.
Yes, WW meaning wet. Tyres of Rubens Barrichello, that's thoroughness, isn't it? Just preparing a tyre you may not need, but certainly a few drops coming from the ceiling gives you an indication it's as well to be prepared. Schumacher